All right, guys, let's talk about rates. They're going up. They'll probably be up for a long time. Anyone that's listening to this that actually, clicked on this playlist is probably thinking, "Oh my God, when are rates going to be threes and twos and fours again?" And the answer is probably effing never. That's probably the answer. So don't plan on it. And so studying this script and working on it for yourself will be super helpful. There's a couple of things I would point out in general. Rate is never the issue. It's never the issue. Affordability typically is the issue. And so getting focused on the payment and the cash as opposed to the rate is something that's super important for the average conversation, the average script to incorporate. Another thing to really point out is when it really comes down to it, okay, you're waiting for rates to come down. Like, how much are you waiting for rates to come down before you make a buying decision? Look, it's just an objection. And it's an objection that's going to be, frequently asked. And so you better come up with your best answer to it. And so when somebody says, I want to wait for rates to come down, it's my fault questions might be something like, okay, well, rates are at 30-year averages right now. So how much lower do you need them to go to make a decision? Out of curiosity, are you aware of something that's going to change rates for the better that I might not be aware of? What do you think that lower rate's going to actually do for you? And the reason I might ask questions like that is to make sure that we have an informed consumer, or we have a consumer that's just throwing up something that they feel or heard or their daddy told them is super important, right? The follow up to those types of questions is something along the lines of, look, do you understand that if rates go down, more buyers come out of the woodwork? Would you agree that if rates were back at 4%, that not just you, but lots of people would be super excited buying properties? The answer obviously is yes. And so what happens when there's more demand on properties? What happens is the prices go up. And so one average that you can kind of reference as a fact is that for every 1% decrease in interest rates, on average, rate or prices go up about 3 to 5%. For every 1% decrease in rates, prices go up 3 to 5%. Again, regionally, and certainly it's not an absolute, but prices do go up. The reason why this is super important is it actually costs more in a monthly payment typically for rates to be a point lower, but the price to be 5% higher. Okay, so think of it like this: if I've got a $500,000 house and it goes up by 5%, I'm having to pay $525 for the same house waiting that year to go by. And let's say that I am able to save 1%. Well, 1% on 500,000 is $5,000. It's about a $400 payment difference, right? But I just cost myself 25 grand up front. So most people live in a house 5 to 7 years. If I took the extra $25,000 to buy the house and divide by $400, let me bring out my calculator because it's a whole long time. I don't want to misquote, but if I took $25,000 divided by $400 a month, it would take me 62 months, 5.5 years, just to pay myself back, right? And the follow-up question would be, if you actually think that based on your information, rates might go down next year or the following year, let's go ahead and buy now to protect the price, because that's absolute. And you could always refinance later. Again, guys, rates are never the issue. It's perception, it's affordability, it's my daddy told me so. Those are the real objections to overcome. And if you take elements of what I just said, study them, and have your best answer ready, you're going to have a better outcome more often than not. And what I mean by that is it's not a better outcome for just you. I actually believe what I'm saying. And I actually believe it'll be better to buy now and protect the price than for them to wait for the rates to magically come down to some weird number in the future. I hope this helps you. If you like this answer, like and subscribe. If you have anything else you'd like me to talk about that might help you in your business, please let me know.